Still looks good. All right. So long, old friend. This is Brian G, the EV OG. And today is Friday, May 30th. And I'm sitting here in my garage in the cockpit of Storm, our 2018 Model S. And I'm just reflecting a little bit because today is collection day, delivery day, that I'm going to trade this Model S 100D in and pick up EV number 10 in the EVOG household since Valentine's Day 2013. We took delivery of our very first Tesla Model S 60 kilowatt battery. It was just a 60 kilowatt, essentially had everything except the larger battery and performance. Back then, dual motor was not a thing. We ordered it in brown after consulting with my brother, and it turned out to be a really rare color that they only had for a little while. So that's what got us into the EV game. That car also had the rear-facing seats in the back, so it actually had seating for 7. And our youngest, at the time, I think she was 6, was traveling back there, sometimes with her cousins, sometimes with her friends. We called it Chocolate Rain. But about 18 months later, Tesla had come out with dual motor. And I was getting that itch again. And my brother was always in my ear asking me to sell the car to him. And so, long story short, I ended up selling that first Model S to my brother and trying leasing for the first time, a new Model S. I think that one was a 90D, but that one, in addition to being dual motor, it also had all the sensors that allowed it to, take advantage of the initial introduction of Tesla's advanced autopilot. And so that was our second Model S. After that, we took delivery of our Model X in 2016. In 2018, I turned in that Model S lease and we got a Model 3 for my wife. And then I took over the Model X. And then the first non-Tesla EV we got was actually before we got that one. Back in 2022, I decided I wanted back in on the Model S. And I looked for a used one because I wanted one that had an opening sunroof. And so that actually is something I'm going to do right now, which is open up the sunroof. And it's something that I was very intentional about. I wanted the dark gray color. I wanted the matching gray wheels. I wanted MCU2 in terms of this chip running infotainment. And I had to have an opening sunroof. 2018 was the last year. So this was, I think, EV number 5. EV number 6 was our Rivian R1T, quickly followed by the Fisker Ocean. That lasted for about 7 months until it went terribly wrong and we needed to get out of the Ocean. And I was able to trade the Fisker Ocean after 7 months for a Volvo XC40, which 2 weeks ago we sold to CarMax for more than we bought it for last year. Our son, at the end of last year, last day of 2024, got a Chevy Equinox EV. So that was EV number 9. And so today we're going to go get EV number 10 in the EVOG household. I'm excited. Um, I'd looked at this brand before and wasn't terribly impressed. I knew they had good technology, but I didn't really see myself in the vehicle. And then I went back and I talked to my friend Adam from Adam's Everything EV, talked about my use case. So shout out to Adam for reminding me that, our use case is one where 6 to 8 times a year we're going from here in Silver Spring, Maryland, over out to the outer Cape Cod, 500 plus miles each way. So I needed something with nice range, like this Model S. But Model S was my first love, and Tesla was my first love from an EV perspective. And over the last few years, that's changed. And it's not just musky or muskiness that's done it. That's a huge part of it and probably the principal reason. But it's also the ownership experience. It's the fact that, when we started this journey with Tesla, you felt special owning and being in your Tesla. That's really not the case anymore, right? I can't get off my block without seeing multiples of them, right? So that's a second aspect of it. The third aspect of it, the service experience can really be hit or miss. I've had some great service experiences. Other times it's been terrible. And having had now the opportunity to own other non-Tesla EVs, I've seen what good looks like or great looks like, right? I can pick up the phone at any time of day and talk to a human at Rivian support. I cannot do that with Tesla, right? So little things like that accumulated to this point. And candidly, this Model S was the only vehicle in our fleet that, we still had a car payment on. And I bought it at the worst possible time, right? In March of 2022, which was right at the top of the market, and values have plummeted precipitously since then. For all vehicles, but especially for Tesla. And so the value of this vehicle just continues to decline. And, while the interest rate on it is somewhere between 2 and 3, I don't like paying for this vehicle the way it's depreciating. Also, what I didn't realize at the time was that back in 2018, Tesla was still offering induction motors, right? They weren't permanent magnet. Now, what that means is that there's no true one pedal drive in this vehicle. And so the more I drove the Rivian and other EVs, like the Volvo XC40 Recharge, you realize that one pedal drive, especially for a long time EV driver, you get used to it and you want to have it. So those were a few of the reasons behind wanting to find something else. Anyway, we got to a place now where I found the right vehicle. We'll spend a few minutes just looking around the vehicle, showing you what the delivery process looks like. Obviously, I'm going to do a much more detailed review of the vehicle once I get to know it. But let me know what questions you have, what things you want me to focus on in the in-depth review. I didn't see anyone in the poll guess the right vehicle. So hopefully it'll be a nice reveal and surprise for all you guys. So next stop, delivery day and the reveal. Well, this is the reveal. I've decided on the Lucid Air, and it is the touring model. So here it sits. How will the reveal work?
I will present the keys to you here. Brian, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Lucid Owners Club, your brand new key fobs.
That is so awesome. Thank you.
My pleasure. And now, I will present your view.
And there she is, our new Lucid Air Touring 2025 model year. I guess technically it's not ours if it's a lease. However, that's what we're going to call it. Our Lucid Air Touring. You've got the 20-inch Aero wheels. We can pop those off if we need to. And we're going to call it Dragonfly. Here's the back, temp tags and all. What do you guys think of the two-tone look? I think it's old school. I like the throwback look of it. And this was a non-negotiable. I had to have the glass roof, which is why the Pure was not a consideration. Got our charge port up there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take delivery. I cannot record the introduction and walkthrough, but I will check back in after that's completed. First, quick look at EV number 10, Dragonfly. Beautiful lighting. The Lucid logo looks like it's just hovering there. Ginormous front trunk. This is literally 3 times the size of the front trunk on our Model S over there. Over 10 cubic feet of space right here. I love this Fathom blue color. Depending on the lighting, it'll look blue, it'll look gray. There's a little bit of a green tint. I wanted you guys to see the floor mat situation here and the quality of these seats. These are the 20-way heated, ventilated, and massaging with thigh extension, right? So this is set up for my driving position. We'll come back in here in just a moment, but quality of the materials here, I went with the darker interior. So we have South Touch vegan leather. We've got this fabric here, textile fabric, harder material here. This is inlaid wood right in here, and the metallic accents. We've got door pockets there, full 90-degree opening door. That is my 6'6" driving position, and you still have cavernous amounts of room. I literally can sit behind myself here Now you notice that I hit my head. This is the one thing about this car, and it's not just because I'm 6'6". Everyone getting into and out of these vehicles have to watch your head. Once you're in here, it's fine. There's plenty of headroom, even with my hat on. But look, I'm sitting behind my 6'6" driving position, and I still have a few inches of room. There's a place for my feet under the seat right there, and just a comfortable place to be. Here we go. This is actually more storage in here, and look at how deep this is. My arm's all the way down in here. Tons of storage here, and we've got some pocket storage there. Center console opens up with some storage here, and there's also a pass-through, much like our Rivian, into the trunk. And notice the headrest here is adjustable. One of the things here is the ability to raise the sunshade. Feature is locked. I've got to unlock up there, but there's a sunshade that comes out of here and goes up, and there are also sunshades over here. There we go. That come up on the rear windows. Look up, it's all glass up here. We do have this barrier here. Look at this windshield that goes from the front all the way up over the driver's head. One of the things I know I dislike already is the placement of the sun visors. Notice I've got it at an angle that reduces the amount that it blocks my visibility out the front. But we've got great ambient lighting coming down this center strip here. Nice little accent here with the California bear. Even on the back of these seats, you've got the textile fabric. We've got some hard plastic, right? Just different use of materials here with the metal accents. And here we've got access to control both the shade, the climate, as well as heated seats back here. All right. So there you go. There's our glass roof. And just look at the way that this trunk opens. I mean, it's the entire width of the vehicle, and it is super deep going in here. And then you lift this guy up, and you've got, I mean, this is at least a foot, foot and a half deep. And it goes almost the entire width with pass-throughs, right? This one actually opens up with more space here, including your tow hook. And down here is where we've got the 12-volt outlet. And over here, it's just a storage bin. They've got my front license plate bracket right there for now. But I'll be getting an accessory with a charging cable that goes down in here into a bag that's designed to fit that space. So I'm going to put these guys down in here for now. Well, I'll put one here, and I'll put one in the front trunk. But that's the trunk. It is obviously power operated. Beautiful detail here, indicating the trim level, touring, air. Same thing on the badge back here, air, and it's indicating touring, right? Both sides. Door sill. This is the Mojave interior. So it's indicated there, Mojave, California, and it shows the coordinates for that on the map. But look at the floor mats. You've got a little bit of vegan leather, and they feel awesome. But the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cover them with all-weather mats. All right, so let's go ahead and close that. And by the way, those 20-way adjusting seats are both driver and front passenger. So in this case, wifey's going to have the ability to have the 20-way adjust along with heated, ventilated, and massaging over here. And the vehicle does come with a glove box. There we go. That is very deep. And I could leave my laptop in here if I needed to. Here we've got textile, vegan leather, again, and this is wood. And notice you've got a vent right here. And one of the things I didn't show you is it is a soft closed door. So that's a brief introduction to our new Dragonfly. I'm going to use this right now as a protector right here that I can use to close it. Let's come around and show you the soft close. Bang. All right, before I let you go, let me bring you into the driver's seat and give you a look. So, giant floating screen that we have here comes all the way over, and it's actually 3 screens in one. Obviously, you've got my driver's display here. Room for improvement in that this is not configurable right now, right? I can't configure what information displays here, there, or there, right? That stuff is predetermined. But over here is where you've got touch-sensitive controls for all the things that, as a driver, you're going to want to have quick access to. Lighting, defrost and wipers, charge port opening, lock, unlock, as well as opening the front trunk, right? And there are your wiper controls. And then over here, this is the infotainment. Home screen, navigation, music, and phone. And then down here, we've got the driver's control panel with your different driving modes, smooth, swift, and sprint, as well as all of the other controls that you might want to have access to as the driver. And then lastly here, you've got some other settings, HVAC, as well as adjusting your seats. You can do that from here. There are also controls on the side of your seats, other settings in here, parking cameras. It's the front view, rear view. You can even go to a wide angle view, and you can see the vehicle from different angles, right? Drag, drop, all of that fun stuff. So there you have it. Another nice touch here is you've got some physical controls for temperature, This is your volume. I did have to test the sound system. So I'm going to go ahead and pause that so I can come back to listening to Kendrick Lamar there. Let me know what questions you guys have, what details you'd like me to get into on the full vehicle review once I get some more time with the vehicle to get to know it. But that's it for now. Dragonfly is EV number 10. Well, this is it. This is where we say goodbye. I've had it since 2022, so 3 years. But it's time to move on. Still looks good. All right. So long, old friend.